Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jens, and in today's video we'll be covering bindings. Now bindings is a very important tool and could make your life way easier, and it does pretty much what it says. It binds the UI to the controller. Bindings does pretty much what it says. It binds your UI layer to your controllers, and if it's set up correctly, you never actually have to initialize or dispose these controllers, because the bindings will actually take care of that for you as you navigate through these pages. So let's get right into it. So from my example here before, we could see that what I've done here is I've actually created an instance of the controller inside the UI layer, which is actually not a really good way of doing it. And that's why we'll be using bindings. So what I'm gonna do is change this back to a get view. Here we go, and actually just remove this controller over here. So now that we have our view and we have our controller set up, there's just another folder that we're gonna put inside, and that is bindings. So inside bindings, let's create another file, and we call that home bindings, or actually home binding. So all I have to do is create a class, and let's call it home binding, and it extends bindings. So there's one method we have to override, and that's the dependencies. So inside the dependencies, we have to specify what controller we want to sort of use for this binding. For that, we use get.lazyput, and now we just say home controller, and also just specify it here. Okay, so this is sort of the best thing about it, is that's all you really need to actually create the instance. And for now we'll just use one, and in most cases you maybe just use one, maybe two controllers, but then you'll just add another controller in this method right here, the dependencies. So how we actually use this is you will go back to your app pages. Okay, and for now, all I'm gonna do is just maybe open this a bit more, is actually specifying bindings, or binding, call it to home binding. So now basically what happens is whenever you navigate to this page, it'll create whatever controller you specified in the bindings. And whenever you remove or dispose of that page, if you pop it from the stack, it will dispose of the controllers as well. So there's nothing sort of heaping up in the background. So let's just refresh the page. And as you can see, now we've created the homepage screen, and whenever I press the plus arrow, it actually creates the controller, and whenever I will navigate back from the screen, it'll dispose of it. One thing I'll also mention is that in your main, whenever you have this get material app, you can actually also specify your initial route and your initial binding. So I've had some cases where I maybe create a global binding, and this will be something that you could use in the whole app, so to speak. So this could be done as well, but in most cases you write your bindings within the get pages itself. So another thing that I'll mention here is there's another property called children, and basically what this will do is you can create get pages within the page itself. which is pretty nice because now whenever you want to use this controller on a different page, it'll actually keep that controller open until all of those pages are sort of removed from the stack. So for example, if I, let's say, want the login page, and first what will happen is I'll open the home page, and then next I will navigate to the login page. So in this case, I don't actually have to create a new controller. I just look at the controller that's already in the stack and sort of pass that down to the login page. And whenever you're done, you pop sort of the login page, and whenever you pop all the children and also the initial page, that is when the controller will be disposed. So that's why you never actually have to specify where you want to keep things open. If you set it up correctly here, you never actually have to touch it again, which is pretty useful. Okay, so let me just remove this, put it back here, and let's keep it all on home bindings for now. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video, and hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions about these topics, please comment down below. I'll try to answer as much as I can, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.